speak. We're Tuesday morning, bright and early at 10 a.m. We are broadcasting this training live as well across the land. So hopefully everybody can hear me okay, and as we kind of get going. But wanted to cover a few things today that's important. Just to let you guys know, first of all, if you guys are in the Dallas area, you definitely want to be present live in person for the trainings that we have here every week. This training is we broadcast it live mainly for the folks that are not in the DFW area. So if you are in DFW, we obviously want you guys to be here at the home office, and we always talk about all the time is stay close to the fire and all that fun stuff. So if you can, here locally, make sure you come to the home office and be a part of this as well. And a few things I want to talk about today, guys, is first of all, is the power of living benefits. And we don't really talk about this enough, I think, and there's a lot of power in living benefits. And most people, you always hear me talk about in their trainings, you always hear me talk about, people's perception of life insurance, right? People's perception of life insurance is if I die, my beneficiary gets X. That's majority of people's perception of life insurance. Would you agree with that? Yeah, right? Okay, so that's most people think, hey, if I die, my beneficiary gets X, but they don't really understand. The people out there in the world, they don't know what we know, and what we know is the power of living benefits. And so what I'm going to discuss here today is that, and it's important for us to understand living benefits and how they work, what they are, how to use them, and whatnot. Because again, we have to be informed on what's happening here with the living benefits. So something to think about is nearly 1 out of 3 Americans feel that they lost of a primary household wage earner would be felt financially within a month. So think about that. So 1 out of 3 Americans feel that the loss of a primary household wage would be financially felt within 1 month's time. Would y'all agree with that? Absolutely, right? I always talk about the things that we say all the time in the presentations, and that's why I told everybody, that you need to watch the presentations over and over again, because when we're doing a presentation over and over again, when you're seeing it over and over again, and we talk about, how successful people are successful, is because they're doing the same thing over and over again. They're doing a repetition over and over again. So when we're talking about in the presentation, we're dropping nuggets on you guys all the time, and we're talking about these things. We might not talk about it in length, but we're talking about it. And we talk about how middle America, right? When we talk about big circle, little circle, we talk about middle America. I always talk about when I was a kid growing up, middle America meant that dad had a job, went to work, mom stayed home and took care of the kids, and then we went on vacations twice a year, whatnot. That was a typical middle America thing growing up. I'm revealing my age here, but but as a kid, right, and let's say in the 60s and 70s, right, that was the kind of the norm, right? Today, fast forward to right now, today, middle America is that both mom and dad are both working and working crazy, and if one income is lost, it can be catastrophic for the household. Catastrophic if one family loses their income. So this is pretty scary, knowing that 1 out of every 3 Americans feel that the loss of a primary income will be felt financially within a month. Within a month. Not within 6 months, not within a year, within 30 days. 1 in 5 people wish their spouse or partner had life insurance. 1 in 5. 1 in 5. We talk about that again. We're dropping nuggets in our presentation. We talk about this in our presentation. Okay, we talk about how 58 million Americans state they need life insurance. We talk about how 35%. I mean, there's almost I say 190% or 190 million people out there don't have life insurance. 190 million people out there don't have life insurance. But here, 1 in 5 people wish their spouse or partner had life insurance. What's the problem? Problem is that no one's talking to them. Again, these are nuggets that we're dropping on you guys on a daily basis in the presentation. We're not having you guys come to watch the presentation over and over again and just have a warm body in the room. We're having you guys watch the presentation over and over again so you can understand and see what's happening. That's why it's important for you guys to online, who are watching this, to be part of the webinars we do every Wednesday. Because you got to look at the webinar presentation, even though it's a presentation you've seen over and over again, you got to look at it as training. You got to look at it as, hey, I'm mastering my craft. I'm mastering my craft. And you got to think about that. The craft. This is what I do. This is what I do. I'm a life insurance agent. Okay, so if you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a fireman, or you're going to be a police officer, or you're going to be an accountant, or you could be a dog catcher, whatever it is that your heart is calling you to do in life, don't you think that you should master that craft? Or you just want to just kind of go with the flow, just kind of treat it like a hobby. If you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby. You're going to come here and treat it like a social club. We love hanging out with you guys and everything is great. But if you come here and treat it like a social club, you're going to get paid like a social club. But you come here and treat it like your business and you're serious. This is my craft. I'm going to be present at every event. I'm listening to every presentation because I just dropped some stuff right here on you guys right now. Just these 2 lines already broke down more detail. But you know that for a fact that's in the presentation, but you maybe haven't thought of it that way before. True? True. Absolutely true. Okay, so now that just validates my point. Okay, 1 in 2 adults will have at least 1 chronic illness. 1 in 2. So what percentage is that? 50%. 50% will have at least 1 chronic illness. Again, guys, this is power in what we do. This is power in what we do. And learning and understanding the value of our business. Understanding and learning the value of our craft. Our craft. We are licensed insurance agents. Okay, we have to understand this, and we're going to go out there and learn this. So 1 in 2 adults will have at least 1 chronic illness. 1 in 4. Okay, 1 in 4 will have 55 years old. Will live past 90. Will live past 90. So what does that mean? That will live past. What's it telling you here? 1 in 4 people, 55 years old, will live past 90. What's that telling you guys?
5 years to live, and you got to make sure you have something set up.
Exactly. What else is it telling you?
Like 1 in 2 adults will have a reflux. There's going to be a credit on it.
Okay. So what do you think it's telling you? Not final expense, right? Okay. What it's telling you guys here is that people are living longer. People are living longer. The longer we live, in most cases, the shorter the money. The longer we live, the shorter the money. I always talk about my dad all the time. He's 82 years old, and all he gets, you hear me again, it's in the presentation, I say it all the time, he only gets about $1,500 a month. 82 years old, $1,500 a month. So, the longer he's living, the shorter his money is. What would happen if he didn't have family to take care of him? what's going to happen when we get to this point, again, where people are living longer and longer and longer? What are we doing about that, right? This past February 2016 stats showed that 2 out of 4 households that have filed for a person's bankruptcy were due to medical problems. Okay, so 2 out of 4. So what's the odds of that? What's the percentage? 50% again. There's that number again. It's percent. Okay, basically saying half of households that have filed for personal bankruptcy were due to medical problems. Now, what if they would talk to an insurance agent out there to talk to them about the power of living benefits? Because again, in the presentation, I always talk about, imagine being on your deathbed or fighting for your life. Here you are, you're fighting for your life. At the same time, you're fighting with a mortgage bank to keep your house. What a terrible spot to be in. Is that a reality? Does that happen to people all the time? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay? So these are something to think about, guys. These are some serious numbers to think about. This is the power of living benefits. This is why we need to be excited about what we do. There's a thing about it, guys. There's a big problem out there. There's a massive problem out there. See, but when there is a problem, whoever has the solution is the hero, right? So you think living benefits is a solution to that?
Yes.
Again, but the majority of the people out there do not know or even understand or anything about living benefits. So it's our job to go out there and talk to these people. It's our job out there to educate these people and let them know what is going on. Okay? Okay, I'm sorry here. All right. Okay. So the Flex Life 2 product that we have, okay, this came out, which is a great product. It's $1 million worth of coverage, non-med, which is powerful. Powerful. Okay, but I'm not going to get into too much of the Flex Life product right now. I'm mainly going to focus on the living benefits. Okay, the living benefits. I think we have, there's 14 here, am I right? 14? 17. There's 17 with his county, all right? 17 living benefits. I'm pretty certain that National Life Group has more living benefits out there than any other company that I'm aware of right now. You know, the other companies out there may have 14 or 13, but there's 17 right here, guys. So what it covers is ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease. There's a great video on you go to nationallifegroup.com's website. They have these living benefits videos. I encourage you guys to go and watch these videos and true stories. People telling their stories about issues, you know, about having Lou Gehrig's disease and having other issues and how the living benefits changed their life. One of them is Jessica's story. The other one is, I can't remember the guy's name. He's a Navy guy. I think he has ALOS. So just real quickly, they have I wrote a graphic surgery, anaplasty, which is like hearts and heart attacks, blindness, cancer, cystic fibrosis, end-stage renal failure, heart attack, heart valve replacement, major organ transplant, motor neuron disease, stroke, sudden cardiac arrest, coma, paralysis, severe burns, traumatic brain injury. That's why I tell people all the time when we do a presentation. That's why it's important for you guys to keep coming to the presentation and learn. I always say in the presentation, is anyone exempt from any of these things happening to them in their lives? Anyone? How many millions upon millions upon millions of people out there every single day are having these issues? And how different would their life be if they had something in place that would help them during the process? You see the power we have here, guys? This is what we do here at Someone Life's Advantage. What we do in our business is serious business. We are changing and we are affecting people's lives. Again, the problem is that people out there don't understand or don't know about this. So here's a problem. There's a big problem. These here are all problems. Everything I laid out before you right here are all problems. But then we, you, us, have the solution to some of these people's problems, to making their life better. Again, imagine being laid up in the hospital, fighting any one of these things. At the same time, you're trying to fight to keep your family together, trying to keep your family in the same roof. Guys, this happens day in and day out. Day in and day out. You know, Jerry, did Jerry send you that voicemail? Okay, so I would love to play that voicemail, but I don't want to play it because I don't want to have her name mentioned or where she's at. But it was a very powerful voice video, right? And or not voice video, voice recording. And it was this lady that left a voice message, and I have it in my phone right now, talking about how she was in the hospital getting ready to have surgery on her brain for brain cancer, wanting Jerry to get her coverage while she was in the hospital. So again, in my presentation, I always say, when do most people want coverage? After the fact. After the fact. Why? Because they think that it will never happen to them. Again, no one's exempt from any one thing here. You want to be prepared. You want to be ready. You don't want to be one of those people that here you are, you're fighting for your life. You got no income coming in now. You're not able to work, and you're trying to maintain your household. What a horrible feeling. I felt bad for Jerry that he had to call her, tell her that he can't help her. The sad thing is he talked to her before all this. He tried to talk to her before all this. That's why she called him, because he already put a bug in her ear about it. And all of a sudden, you know, she didn't think, you know, any of this was going to happen to her. But it happened. She had surgery yesterday. You know, so I don't know what the outcome is, but it's pretty scary when you think about it, right? And I am jacking up my presentation here. Okay, so Flex Life 2. Okay, are you well? Since 1950. So y'all understand the power of that, the living benefits? Okay, I want you guys to really digest that. I want you guys online too. I want you guys to really digest the power of living benefits and think about it. You know, we have to really make this, you know, our personal mission, if you will, to go out there and talk to people about this. Because again, we are life insurance agents. I always talk about how we're educators. We're educators. We need to go out and educate people about life insurance. We need to educate people and let them know about living benefits. But again, no one's having a conversation. The big circle, little circle, guys, is an easy presentation, but it opens the door for so many conversations. So many conversations. So now, let me kind of move on to the next part of the IUL and the living benefits in a different scenario here. So since 1950, the average life expectancy in the U.S. has increased. There's 9.1 years for men, 7.1 for women. Okay, so 1950, men average was 73.5 years, women was 79.3. In 2016, men was 82.6, and women was 86.4. Again, what's that indicating? We're living longer. Longer lives, shorter money. All right, longer lives, shorter money. All right. So what your IUL does for you too. So not only have the living benefits, okay, not only does it have the living benefits, it also has the cash accumulation. And the cash accumulation can fall in the category of living benefits, right? Because it's a benefit while you're living, right? Okay, so Flex Life 2 offers the potential for cash surrender value growth that is tax deferred that can be used during your lifetime through policy loans and withdrawals. You have the potential to access cash, help your children pay for college, take advantage of the opportunities, meet unexpected emergencies, right? Like we talked about the last slide. Supplement your retirement income, the income for life. Once the qualifications are met, the lifetime income benefit rider provides a guaranteed stream of tax-free income for life, money that you cannot outlive. How important is that? To have money coming in that you cannot outlive. Is that a safety thing? I call that insurance, right? Is that a good insurance policy? You got money coming in you can't live. You got a good insurance policy knowing that you're covered if you die. You got a good insurance policy knowing that something's going to happen to you when you're sick. You got a good insurance policy with you then knowing that you have money coming in that you cannot outlive. That's awesome. That's awesome. The living benefit rider is automatically added to the policies when they are issued. A portion of the death benefit protected will always be retained. So guys, we always talk about how it covers if you die, it covers if you're sick, and it covers if you live too long. Again, these are nuggets that we drop in all the time in a meeting, and you hear us talk about it in the meeting. Oh, it covers if you die, it covers if you're sick, it covers if you're sick. You hear it, this kind of goes in one ear, out the other ear. But here, hopefully now, you're understanding the value of what we're talking about up here. Does that make sense? So what does an insurance policy like this give somebody? Security, peace of mind, retirement and savings, right? Protection, right? Protection. You think it might give some hope? Hope. Is that a good word? Hope. Hope. Okay, so that's gonna be my next segue here into I'm sorry, this is all backwards here. Hope. Hope. Okay, so there's one policy here that gives hope, but doesn't all life insurance policies give hope? Yeah, right. Okay, it has things in it. You have hope in it, right? So, hope changes everything. Would y'all agree with that? You think hope's important? Yes. Very. Can you live without hope? Can you live without hope? Now, let me ask you this: can you live without food? No. So you live without food. You probably live about 3 weeks without food, right? How about water? Can you live without water? No. So I got some numbers here on water. So I think water is about 2 weeks for water, right? Well, sorry, 3 to 5 days without water. 3 to 5 days without water, unless you're a camel, 2 weeks, right? So 3 to 5 weeks without water. Without food, about 3 weeks. Without sleep, about 2 weeks. So you you eventually, without these things, you eventually die. But some people say they can't last a minute without hope. Right? How important is hope? It's very important, right? I mean, what is hope? What is hope? Hope is something that I believe in something, right? I believe this is going to happen. I have to believe in this. So I have a few things here about hope. Everybody that's around us. Everybody that's around us. Everybody you meet every single day. Everybody needs massive amounts of hope. Would you agree with that? Everybody around us needs massive amounts of hope. And hope's important. when we talk to our clients, we're offering them some kind of hope. You know, do you think that lady on the phone that in the voicemail was talking about? You think she was looking for some hope?
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of scary. You know, a lot of people say, "Hey, my life's out of control. You know, I'm a mess." You know, a lot of people, nothing seems to be working in my life. Right? People feel hopeless. Right? Nothing working in my life. Life seems to have kicked the hope right out of me. Anybody been there? Right? We all been there, right? And life seems to kick the hope right out of me. You know, hope's important. We cannot live without hope. We cannot live without hope. Hope's important. And so the best thing about hope, you know, is we talk about this all the time in our meetings and our training, and and the best hope comes from people who's been there and done that. Would you agree with that? When you're going through something, and you're going through a struggle, you're going through a challenge, you're going through a disappointment, you're going through a setback, you're going through the fire, right? And then you talk to somebody, and all of a sudden you're going through all these things, and you feel hopeless, and you feel lost, and you feel, oh my gosh. But all of a sudden, then you talk to somebody that's been there and done that. That's been there and done that, right? Then what happens? It gives you hope, right? Gives you hope. Gives you hope. So, in this business is a tough business. This business can kick your teeth in. Can kick your teeth in. That's why Jason wears dentures over here. For the 3,000, Mr. 3,000 over here. But the fact is that it's a tough business. Jason, would you agree? It's a tough business. It's a tough business. You get all excited, right? When you come to the meeting, you get all excited, you're all full of hope, right? You're all full of hope. And you go out there and you get your first rejection, or you get your first no, or you get your first somebody stood you up, or stood there answering the door, or whatever. And you get discouraged and you lose hope. What is one of the main things I say consistently? I say it all the time. Even in our emails that go out to you guys. What's the one thing I say all the time? I say a lot of things all the time, so it's hard to pick that one. But I say, stay close to the fire. Stay close to the fire. Why am I saying that? Why am I saying stay close to the fire? It resparks you after you've been here, right? You come here, especially after a week of discouragement or whatnot, a week of setbacks, a week of failure or whatnot, and it comes back here, right? What do you come back to? Come back to the fire, right? Now, who's around the fire? Who's around the fire? People like Jason Martinez, right? Mr. 2000 over here, right? Okay, you think Jason is 2,779? I would imagine, right? 82,000. Okay, 2,780 applications. This guy, all right. You think he had his teeth kicked in a few times? Okay, so you think he's been through okay, so 2,780 applications. You think maybe, just maybe, that he's been through almost every possible situation that you're going to face out there in the field? Okay, so who's at the fire, right? So we're saying stay close to the fire, right? Who's at the fire? People like Jason Martinez, people like B.J. Chambers, people like Ray McDonald, right? Who's been there and done that? Who's the best person to give you hope? Somebody who's been there and done that. right? We're not up here, guys. Again, this is not a social club, right? Because you want to get paid like a social club, treat like a social club. If you want to treat like a business, just get serious about your business. Stay close to the fire. I'm not saying that just to say it. When I say stay close to the fire, I'm saying it because, look, because this is a tough business out there. You're going to get your teeth kicked in. You are. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you and say, hey, this is going to be awesome. And every day is going to be rainbows and flowers and money is going to come out of the skies and you're going to, it's going to be hard. But aren't you going to work hard in life anyway? Doesn't it make sense to work in something that you know is going to benefit you and pay off? Okay? So we're here. We're telling you guys to stay close to the fire because we know. We know it's going to be hard out there. We know it's going to have challenges out there. We know you're going to have setbacks. We know you're going to have failure. That's to be expected. You'd be crazy to think that you're not going to experience any of those things. Right? Show me a business out there, any business, that you can go into and you're not going to experience any problems. Right? So, I mean, that's the thing. You'd be crazy thinking that you're not going to have any problems. So we say, stay close to the fire so you can be next to hope. Hope is the flame of the fire, right? Hope is the encouragement that I could go on. Hope is, I know what's going to happen, right? I know what's going to happen. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay, so hope changes everything. Hope changes everything. Now, faith. Hope and faith. Hope and faith. You need hope, right? We established that. We need hope. We can't live without hope, right? You can't live without it. Think about it. Hope. There are people that were in. I read a story recently about people who were in the Nazi camps. They had nothing. They were stripped of everything. They were stripped from their families. They even took their clothes, or they're naked. They were stripped of everything. And they asked, what kept you alive? Hope. Hope. Because no one can take your hope away. You have to have hope. You can't live without it. Faith. You can't live without faith either. Faith is important. Hope and faith. Now, hope. Can you see hope? I mean, in your mind, you can see it. But is hope a physical, tangible object? No. But you believe it, right? You believe in your hope. You believe it. Faith. I'm not talking about the acronym you see on the screen right here. I'm talking about faith. What is faith? Belief. Is faith something tangible, physical, that you can touch it? You can't. Is hope real? It's real. Is faith real? Okay. So in this business, guys, we have to have a hope. We already established hope already, and we have to have faith. We have to have faith, right? And what is faith? The acronym here. For all I think happens. For all I think happens. I will say 90% of our business has to do with our attitude and our mindset. 90% of our business has to do with our attitude and our mindset. If you're going to have a crummy day, or you woke up in a bad mood and an attitude, and you're being negative, how's the rest of your day going to be? It's going to follow suit. It's going to follow suit. Have you heard that phrase, fake it till you make it? You know? All right? So if you're going to have a bad day, get over it quick. You're going to have a bad day, get over it quick. But don't let that bad day dictate how the rest of your day is going to go. Because then you're giving the power away to something else other than yourself. Okay? Again, stay close to the fire, because where else are you going to learn this? Those of you guys who are right now online and here in the room, you guys are close to the fire, right? We're huddling around the campfire. We're getting warm, and we're talking real talk right now, right? We're talking real talk. Those people are not online right now. Those people who are not in these chairs right now, they're getting cold. They're getting cold. And the more times they're absent from these calls, and the more times that they're not in these rooms, I'm talking to those people who are online right now, who are locally in Dallas, who are not here, you get cold. You get cold. There's a bit, but I say it again all the time. This business is easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. Okay? So this is why I always say stay close to the fire, 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 because this is all things. Okay, attitude is important. 90% of your business is attitude. Jason Martinez, Mr. 3000 over here, talks about all the time when he dials the phone, when he calls people for his leads, what's the very first thing he's doing? I talked about this last week in training. What's the very first thing he's doing?
Smiling.
He's smiling. What is that doing? Change his attitude instantly. Try to smile right now and not feel good. See? See? Everybody in the room smiling and laughing, right? Okay? See how easy that was? See how easy that was? No matter what's going on, smile. Whenever I walk into a Starbucks or to a restaurant, I always walk in there with a smile on my face. You know why? Because people are attracted to positive people. People are attracted to good vibes. Walk into the room, smile. Smile all the time. Change your attitude. Okay? For faith, for all I think happens. Okay? We have hope. We understand what hope is, right? Everybody has pain in their lives. Everybody has pain in their life. Everybody's going through some challenge in their lives, right? Everybody's going through some type of difficulty in their life. It's the hope that's carrying us through that, right? It's the hope that's pushing us through, okay? So what is your hope? Another word we use all the time is, what is your why? What is your why? But what is your hope? What are you hoping for? You came into the business for a reason. What is your hope? What is your hope? What's pushing you? What's motivating you? Okay? And have that. Think about your hope. Think about your why. Now take it deeper than that. Okay? Think about it. Visualize it in your mind. And how is it going to look when you get there? How are you going to feel when you get there? How are you going to feel when you're on stage being recognized for all the hard work that you did and now you finally got there? How are you going to feel? Okay? So, for all I think happens. How many of you guys read that book by Napoleon Hill? Think and Grow Rich. Everybody. But Think and Grow Rich. What's the main premise of that book? Change your mind, mindset, your belief. What's he talking about? He's talking about for all I think happens. Right? So if you think you're a failure, if you think you're a loser, what's going to happen? You're going to lose. If you think you're a winner, you think you're successful, you're going to be successful. You know, you need to change your environment. You need to be around people that's going to inspire you, that's going to motivate you, that's going to change you, that's going to push you. That's why I come into the fire, being around the fire, You're going to be around people that's going to motivate you. You're going to be around people that's going to push you. You're going to be around people that's going to inspire you. Right? What if you guys did not come today? What if you guys didn't come online today and hear this, what I'm saying today, right now? Would you have gotten this? You think your day would probably be a little different if you didn't have this? You think your business today would be a little different if you didn't have this? But this is real talk, right? So think about, what do you want to happen? Think about your hope. Think about your future. Look, we all got stuff going on in our lives. Everybody has their own sad story. I could go around the room and everybody will tell me their sad story. You know, and I'll tell you my sad story and Jason will tell you his sad story. But you know what? We all got it. But are we going to let our sad stories define us? Are we going to let the negative things that are happening in our lives dictate to us? Are we going to allow them to dictate? Maybe somebody wronged you. Maybe somebody just totally screwed you over. Are you going to give that person the power to take away what you got going on right now? Or are you going to give that situation or that circumstance the power? No. Remember, for all I think happens, faith. People have fear, right? Fear is, fear is, it's forget everything and run, right? That's the PG-13 version of it, right? Forget everything and run, right? All right? Or fear is false evidence appearing real. Right? Fear. False evidence appearing real. How many times in your life have you faced this massive fear, and when you went through the fear, you realized it was not that big of a deal? How many times? I bet you could tell me countless stories of how many times you went through this fear that was a monster, and then you got to the other side, and it was a little tap hole. Right? Fear is not real. Fear is not real. Fear, false evidence appearing real. It's not real. Guys, listen to me. Listen to this. You can't be in faith and fear at the same time. Because if you're in fear right now, then you're not in faith. If you're not in faith, that's not happening. If you're not in faith, how can you have hope? See what I'm saying? All this making sense to you guys?
Yes.
Okay, so are you glad you came to the fire? To the campsite? Right? But I feel bad for those guys over there who are not in the campsite right now. I don't know where they're at. They're probably freezing in the cave somewhere. In the cave of discouragement. The cave of false evidence appearing real. Right? Now love. Hope, faith, and love. Right? I don't like that word luck. I don't like it. But I like this, what do you call it? Starts with an A. Acronym. Acronym for luck. Okay? Luck. Laboring under correct knowledge. That's luck. The other luck, oh, you're lucky, you're lucky, you're lucky. No, I don't buy that. Okay, so everything I described today, right? Did I give you guys some knowledge today?
Yes.
I give you a lot of knowledge today, right? Okay, so with the knowledge I gave you, and you're laboring under the correct knowledge, guess what? Now luck's on your side. LeBron James lucky? Is he lucky that he makes $300 million a year? Is he lucky because he's the number one basketball player in the whole world? Is he lucky? I was watching a little short video of Bruno Mars. You know who Bruno Mars is, right? He did a great Prince thing on Grammys. You see that? Bruno Mars is a talented kid. Saw a video when he took this reporter back to his hometown in the Philippines, and he talked about how he was showing him where he's living in his house. You see that video? Yeah, when he was taking his dad went to the zoo, and he went to this little shack where they lived in one bed. And then one of the things he said was that about success, he says, well, my success is because I spent thousands of hours in the studio recording and learning how to write songs and to master my craft. To master my craft. The reporter asked him, well, have you mastered it? And he chuckled and laughed. But not even close. Thousands upon thousands of hours. Guys, if you want to master your craft, if you want to be successful in this business, we need to labor under correct knowledge. You got to be around the campfire. You have to learn the product. You have to know the product. We are not just doing these webinars and these trainings and all this just again for a social gathering. We're doing this so we can have you guys to stay close to the fire. So you guys could be laboring under correct knowledge, having the faith, having the hope, having the attitude. We want you guys to be the luckiest people in the insurance business. And the luckiest people in the insurance business are laboring under correct knowledge. You guys need to be present at every event. Every event. I'm telling you, I'm not just saying that because I want to see you guys. I'm telling you the fact. Again, who's best to give you the advice of hope when you're going through the fire than somebody who's been through it? You think in my 24 years, I think I've been through it? Yes. I think Jason, approaching 3,000 applications, you think he's been through it? Okay, so we're telling you guys what's needed. We're telling you guys what to do. We are giving you the hope. We're giving it to you. We're giving you the faith. We're telling you, hey, we're giving you the faith. I have faith in you. For all I think happens, I see you being successful. Jason always says, we want it more for you than you want for yourself. We want it more for you guys than you guys want it for yourself. Right? It's about being present. It's about coming to come to boot camp. We're doing boot camp in 2 weeks. You've been to boot camp, come again. So I guarantee you don't learn everything the first time boot camp. Guarantee it. Guarantee you didn't learn everything the second time boot camp. You need to come to boot camp. And then on April 15th, we're having a major event. April 15th, major event. We're doing a major Super Saturday. That's going to be a major, major event. Everybody's going to come in from everywhere, be part of that. You guys need to be plugged into all the events and everything that is happening. Okay? And then finally, let's see here. Finally. You got it? Oh, let's see, my clicker is malfunctioning. There it is. And finally, as the great B.J. Chambers once said, giddy up, right? Giddy up is our mantra. Giddy up has so much meaning to it, right? Hope. You want hope? Giddy up. You want faith? Giddy up. You want success? Giddy up, right? So we appreciate everybody being on the call this morning. Hope you enjoyed it, and we are going to sign off now, and we're going to get ready for our business opportunity meeting that we're doing here at the home office. So thank you for joining us, guys, and have a